know, Mr. Brian Dagul, Tottenham on tour.
Been calling for him.
You've
been calling for him.
Look at that. Look at that waxed head. Looks amazing.
Mate, needs to be done with this weather. We're going through the heat wave that you were going through last week. It's insanely hot. It's insanely... the air conditioning is on full blast in the house. I hope you two brothers are good. I hope everyone in the chat is good. I hope Sammy is good. I will say, before we get this going, I love Stell like a brother. I've known that man for 36 years. I have protested with him. I have gone on streams with him. I am the complete opposite end of the spectrum to where he is right now. I really am. And obviously we're going to break it down and go through it. But I protested. Reasons I protested was for change like this. Was for football first, for seeing the manager backed, for the money being spent. And this window, and I'm not going, this window, they have exceeded expectations beyond my wildest dreams. If someone has said to us at any point, even after winning the Europa League, you're going to spend £200 million in 24 hours and you've got Champions League football.
Hey,
Don't shave
off. Don't shave off the extra money we spent. It was more than 200.
Mate, but no, I'm just saying.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Go on.
But everyone would have been like, "What kind of drugs are you on?" Right? It's like literally, this is everything I wanted, and I can sit here myself and say, "Do you know what? Everyone at the football club right now, for what they've done from when the season ended to this moment here." Absolutely bloody magnificent, and keep it going. This needs to be the norm, not the see we can do this, shut up. What they have done so far, the way they've attacked it and everything, exceptional.
Yeah, I mean, how you, I mean, obviously we still need to do that forward line because like even if we go into the season like we are now, I think we're still going to lack firepower going forward. But with the signings that we've been brought in, I mean, who's the biggest one for you so far?
It's got to be Tonali. It's got to be Tonali. But there's certain things that have impressed me more. It's not just the quality we're signing. We've looked at windows gone by, and I'm just going to give you the first example that came to my head. Do you remember when we were trying to sign Tomiyasu?
Mm-hmm.
But we couldn't sign him because he was at the Olympics. It was clear we want a right back. But then we went and bought Brian Hill and sold Lamella. But Brian Hill was at the Olympics. It was like we were going for a right back, but we ended up with a left winger and losing Lamella. With every single thing we were doing, we knew we needed this position, but somehow we got this position. The fact that Spurs have started, and we're all going, we all want that forward line sorted, and we all know it needs addressing big time. And the striker for me was the number one thing that needs to be resolved, because it's all well and good doing what we're doing, but if you ain't got a predator up top, nothing's going to happen. But the way they've got about, you look at the plan, the clear plan was sort that defence out first. As much as we don't like to say his name, George Graham used to say, sort your defence out, and then you start moving forward. Forget who the players are, and if you think Robertson was a smart deal or whatever, they went and sorted that defence out without selling a single person. Obviously, we lost Basuma and the tragedy of losing Alejo Veliz. But Spurs have got their shopping in. So if a Romero goes and a Vuskovic, which we'll talk about as we get there, all our shopping was done. It weren't being left short like Ericsson. Oh my God, we need to. Then it's clearly been right. Let's sort the midfield out, which they've addressed. It's the 2nd of July. It's the 2nd of July. Spurs have signed 6 first-teamers, or 6 players, sorry, for the first team. 4 of them walk into the first team immediately. Or, sorry, I say 4. Van Hecker and Senesi, they are good enough to be first team, but obviously, if Romero's still here, Van de Ven, we know there. Robertson, will he be a big part? Will he not? But that's left-back cover. We've got to sort in the midfield out. And until we sold Vuskovic, we got told, we used to get told we need to buy to sell. Sorry, sell to buy.
Mm-hmm.
So we're sorting out that midfield. And now Spurs, they've got 2 months to attack that front line. Do I think deals are going on? So they've done this without selling players, making sure our house is in order before we start letting go. And apart from, obviously, a deal came in too good to turn down for Vuskovic. We've wanted to see a plan going forward, as in a strategy behind the transfers and the reasons behind it. And we're getting it. And what I will say, Daniel Levy, I'm loving having my pants pulled down. I'll have them pulled down morning, noon and night. Morning, noon and night. Because we are doing things that we've never done before, and it's what everyone has wanted us to do.
Well, what do you think about Levy, or maybe even some fans who've been saying Tottenham are naive in this window? They're getting fleeced. They're overpaying massively for all these players. You know, they're overpaying is eventually going to come back to bite you. Man United have overpaid for many players before, and it's left them in big debt, and that's maybe, you know, some of where their problems have led. So what do you think of some fans? It's not Tottenham fans, but it's many rival fans saying, you know, Tottenham are just overpaying way too much in this market.
Yeah, do you know? I think where we are now is where we've been so far down this, let's buy for the future. It's always for the future, never for the now. Always the future, never for the now. Ben, I'm so happy this question's come up, because I've been quoting a show you and I did on this channel this week. Who was it that you quoted that said you'd rather pay 20 or whatever it is over the odds for the player you actually want?
Paratici.
There you go, Paratici. And God bless that. What he has said there about paying over the odds for the player the manager actually wants, rather than going cheap and going young and having to... Prime example, we sold Kyle Walker for 50 million, the best right back in our Premier League history, and then we spent over 130 million on 4 right backs until we got Porro.
Yeah.
So if you're saying, would I rather spend 20... Would I rather get 4 or 5 alternatives and waste and actually be in debt 80 million over a deal, or pay 20 million? And you've got to remember, if Spurs do get European football, if Spurs do start acting serious, they make that money back in a heartbeat. Shirt sales, sponsors who are going to be there. Mate, if we have to overpay, you remember, we're coming from a place of 2 17th place positions. We used to moan so many times that we lost out on players because of wages. But now Spurs are prepared to pay the wages. We say we're paying too much. You can't. We are such a strange breed of supporters. I've said it. If Spurs fans all agree on the same thing, we all explode. There will be no Tottenham.
Two Spurs fans, 3 opinions. 2 Spurs fans, 3 opinions.
Exactly, mate. This is the thing. I just don't get.
No, but I'm saying it's mainly rival fans, really. It's not really Tottenham fans saying it.
Oh,
it's
the
rival
fans, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
And you got Levy saying it to Simon Jordan. I'm sure he's texting him every day.
Do you know what? Isn't it amazing what happens when you put the football first as the winner, not the negotiations? Isn't it funny when Conte gets £150 million and only signs 7 players, all which were pretty much disasters, and we still have 50 million left? Isn't it amazing that when you start and you get the quality in and start attacking the market, the quality will come? Don't get me wrong, and I've always said this part, where Levy has taken this football club commercially and financially, every single credit in the world goes to what he did. But he did it to get us in a position to attack the market. He could have done this. He could have paid the little extra for Gibbs White. He could have got Eze over the line quicker. We can all go through the deals, but I don't want to talk. He's in my rear-view mirror. We could have done this. And it's all we asked for. But as you said, Steve, it was all about winning the negotiation.
Yeah.
It wasn't about getting the players, but winning the negotiation. Yeah.
There's no chance we have this transfer window with Daniel Levy at the helm. 100%. I completely agree. And it is such a breath of fresh air actually having a summer transfer window without Daniel Levy at the helm. But we actually spoke about this last night, and you mentioned the quote to me that Daniel Levy said, where he said, "You'll miss me when I'm gone."
You'll appreciate me, or whatever it was on the overlap.
You'll appreciate me when I'm gone. Do we actually have to start appreciating Levy for the financial position that he left us in, because if Levy didn't do the work on the commercial side and the business side, then maybe we would be another Newcastle and would be another Aston Villa and wouldn't be able to spend these kind of money.
Do you know, there are two answers to this question, and they both contradict each other, in my opinion. Yes, because like I just said, the one thing I would never have ever slandered Levy for or whatever is the commercial growth and where we were and where we are as a financial juggernaut, as what this football club can now reach. Being an international fan now, seeing the reach Tottenham Hotspur has over here in Canada blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. There is no doubt commercially we've become a behemoth and everything, and we've seen with the concerts we all joked about and whatever. There's no doubt in that. But he's also the guy that said we need to move into this stadium to get Champions League football and attract the top players and pay the top wages. And we got here, and he didn't do that.
Yeah.
And then you said it yesterday, but Ben, you said it yesterday when you were on the show. You said we heard about these meetings that we were having with the directors of football, and then they never came, and these players. So whereas we are very, very firmly in this financial position because of what he's done commercially and arranged, we could have done this. We could have done this under Conte, a proven manager. So this is the thing. Whereas I can appreciate what Levy did, as in the commercial and business side, on the footballing side, it's very, very hard for me.
And that's why it's great that he's gone, because it's awoken of a beast of a club that's able to put down 100 million on a player, 85 million on a player, break the wage structure and everything like that. But that also would not be possible without the work that Daniel Levy did.
Yeah, mate, listen, I'll agree with it, and I'll just bring it back to last season, and we'll do it. And I am going to say this: the stupidest sentence to ever come out of my mouth was "I want Thomas Frank." The most stupidest thing I've ever said, and on this channel alone I have said some very, very stupid things. That, without doubt, is the stupidest sentence I've ever constructed in my entire life. Non-Spurs as well.
And I was more stupid for agreeing with you.
I will say, on a jokey side, like I said to you last night, Ben, I was really the real visionary, because I knew it'd be a clusterfuck, which knew Tudor would come, which then meant I saw, like Teddy Sheringham, I'm 10 passes ahead. Joke. But like I said, we go back to last season, and I got so much heat, and rightfully so, about Frank, rightfully so. And I went well overboard, and I know I did. When I look back on things, and I had my break after he got sacked, not because he got sacked, but because, with the Levy out stuff and Enoch out, I have put so much blood, sweat, tears, anger. We all know I've suffered with mental health issues, and it took so much out of me that I was like, I'm not doing this. But then I have so many people going, oh, Levy wouldn't have done this. We wouldn't have been in a relegation battle if it weren't for Levy. We would have smashed it in January. No, we wouldn't have. He never did. Now you look at what we've done here. If Daniel Levy was still here, he'd still be negotiating the agreement and the terms and conditions for the free transfers of Dubravka and Robertson.
So true.
Yeah.
So you've got to look at it. Where the critics say, oh, it would never have happened under Levy, blah, blah, blah. All right, come at me for that and say, oh, you got what you wished for, and now look where we are. This never would have happened without. Well, fast forward to where we are now. This would never have happened. Whether you Levy in, Levy out, didn't give a fuck. This would never. We spent more in 24 hours than we do normally in an entire window.
I think Levy even said it himself. He had a philosophy that if you buy a player before a certain day, I think it was in July or in June, he's like, if you're signing a player and you get a club to agree a price at that date, then something's gone wrong, and you've probably paid too much, because clubs usually drop their prices later. So if they've said yes to a price earlier in the window, then something's gone wrong. That was kind of like his philosophy, and so that just says it all, I think, compared to what we're doing now.
It does, mate. And do you know what, Ben? We just spoke about that overlap thing. I want to talk about another comment which I am going to bring up that Levy said. Do you remember when he did that video on Tottenham Hotspur where the scripted questions? Can't remember, I think it was during COVID, when he said every single penny goes back into
Yeah.
the football club.
Yeah.
Well, this summer, I believe it.
Yeah.
This summer, everyone, obviously, we were going on about people like yourselves, Ben Kaufman, Danny Kay, Stell, or the 55,000 season ticket holders were going, what the fuck are we paying for? 3 wins a year, blah, 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 blah. Where's the quality? Well, look at it now.
I know.
I totally believe this window, Spurs could be linked. And I'm genuinely, I said, as you know, both I used to say, I still stick by it, no honesty, no news. I said to myself, this transfer window, I'm not getting suckered in. I'm not going to react. I'm not going to react. I have been as calm as anything, and I've opened up a house of Zen, and I'm doing the Haaland, and I'm loving it on this side. I've got my job, my health is good, life is good, and you know what? Again, before I forget, Vuskovic, I think it's absolutely goddamn brilliant business. Absolutely delighted. And again, Spurs fans would go on generational. This is a guy that, don't get me wrong, he looked like a beast. We'd all wanted to see him in a Spurs shirt. But we have had for years and years and years, why is this player at the football club when he's not in the manager's plans? Why don't we sell him, get some money? Why don't we? Why are we stockpiling players that play in different systems for different managers and never the right player for the right manager? Amazing how the generational player that could well be generational, everyone wanted to loan him, but when it was like, no, you're going to have to buy him, only Brighton wanted him.
Mm-hmm.
None of the big clubs, none of the Barca's and the other Premier League.
True.
No one. No one wanted to touch him. Listen, he's 19 at a World Cup. Do I think he can go on to be an incredible talent? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. We bought him for 12 million. He hasn't kicked the ball for us competitively. He's gone for 46 million, which means the way we're going, that's more money for De Zerbi to get who he wants now. And we've all said we want players for the now, not tomorrow. He's not in the team. And even if we get rid of Bergvall, off you go. Look at the midfield we've got. Why are we waiting for Joe in a couple of years under it? I don't want to. We've had so long of waiting 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, blah, blah, blah. If you get 50, 60 million, bye-bye.
And we need to get, I think, Vinay said, one of the biggest problems with the club is not just buying, but also selling. We're not very good sellers. We don't sell at the right time. Mm-hmm. And I think the Vuskovic deal as well, it suits us. The sell-on clause, you've got the buyback potentially as well, and you've got a guaranteed of 50 million. So, I mean, from that perspective, I think it kind of just works out. I think from that point of view.
This is the thing I get. We get mad that we keep players, but then when we sell players, we get mad that we sold them. Then we get mad when we sold the players of old that we don't get enough money for them and we've let them stagnate. Then we sell one for 50 million and we argue that it shouldn't have been that one. We've wanted it, the De Zerbi or any manager is backed. And you know what? With the players of the squad that De Zerbi is assembling, there is no doubt when we start playing football in the Premier League, whatever, end of August, this is going to be a De Zerbi squad. Not, it's going to take 1, 2, 3 windows. If it doesn't work out, I'll tell you now, I'm not going to be... If this doesn't work out, I won't turn on the board immediately. I won't. You cannot... I personally... I say it as I stand... I can't see right now, with what they're bringing to this football club, for this window alone, how if things don't work out, they're at fault.
Wait a second, Brian. Wait a second. Is this your... Are you saying you're ENIC in now?
Not at all. Not at all. What I'm saying is ENIC, with what they have shown, which is what I've wanted to see for ages, for this summer, I'm letting it ride. I said at the end of the season, I said to myself, this is going to be the summer I actually go to war with ENIC. And if things are... I even said if Johan Lang was at this football club the day after the World Cup final, that's it, I'm flying home. Because I literally thought that this was going to be an absolute... If someone had said we're going to have 6 players in the quality of what we've had, no one would have believed it. No one. I thought it would have been some second-rate player, some youth product, some maybe one kind of star, but not the levels of Tonali, I thought it was going to be an absolute clusterfuck this window. I thought it was going to be so. I've always said again, as you know, if I'm man enough to criticise people, I've got to be man enough to give praise. And right here, right now, for this window, what I don't want it to be is, okay, shut your mouth now, Spurs fans. We've ponied up. If we're going for, listen, there's people going on title charge. No. Let's remember where we were.
We're going to win the league next season, Brian. We're going to do it.
Brother.
We're going to win the league next season.
Brother, like I said, we have strengthened remarkably quick. I think everyone in the Premier League is like, what the hell is going on here? We all know the big the big guys, they will strengthen and they will spend big. And they're already ahead of us.
We're blowing them all out of the water. We're blowing them all out of the water.
No, but like what I'm saying, with De Zerbi's tactics and De Zerbi's getting a pre-season, I've no doubt we'll do very well next season. As I've said, getting back into the top 10 is success for Tottenham because of where we've been. Will the club deem that a success? No, they're going to want, for the money they've outlaid, they're going to have very, very high demands. But where we are, I'm not getting that.
Are you going to take just the top 10 finish next season?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I said that will be progress from where the last two have been.
Yeah.
Where I am before this window, and I'm sticking to it till the end, I said to you, and I say it every year, as in the cup I want, top 8 FA Cup. Top 8 FA Cup. And everyone's going on about one game a week, blah, 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 and it's going to help us. I want it this year that with the squad that's being assembled, they take those domestic cups bloody seriously. And go, do you know what? Rather than going, this could be rotation, whatever, it can be, but if you're building such a strong squad, when we won the FA Cup in 1991, if you had gone to any football fan, let alone a Spurs fan, and said Spurs will not be in another FA Cup final for 30, it will be 6 years next year, let alone win the thing, no football fan would say, yeah, Spurs will go 36 years without getting to an FA Cup final, let alone win the thing. That's the biggest crime for me. And I want that cup back more than anything. So I want this to obtain Europe would be brilliant. And if we could get that front line and get the Predator up top, we could far exceed expectations. But I want to use one game a week, not as an excuse to surge up the league and whatever. I want it, to Roberto De Zerbi says, that FA Cup that used to be home at Tottenham, that's coming back.
What do you think of what Stel was saying in terms of the players we've signed? They're all good. It's all well and good, having good players, but there's not enough output in this team. We need more goals and assists. We've done good business, but it's just not quite enough yet for him. Like in terms of Fernandes and Tonali, they're not goal scorers, and we need more goal scorers.
So, when I came on at the beginning, I said the way I'm looking. Don't get me wrong. We all said when we were signing Van Hecke, Senesi, where's the strikers? Like. The window hadn't even officially opened yet. I get the urgency, don't get me wrong. I've wanted the strikers like the number one goddamn issue to be solved, especially after losing the King Kane. My God, that man. But that needs replacing immediately. But we sorted out. I think they're doing this methodically. They sorted the defence. It looks like they're working on the midfield. They've got 2 months now to sort out. I mean, I think we could all say it is pretty much the biggest unkept secret that Savinho will come. So that most will likely, be a left winger. Whether it'll be the left winger we all want, then it's the striker. And Spurs have said they are prepared to put money down.
You taking
I've got
grouping?
no doubt. Mate, he's a gem. He's a gem. My number one is Garassi. And I listen, people are going to think I am. Again, this is me in pure la land, like absolute daydream delusional. So I'm not thinking this will happen. But do you remember a certain striker said, "Match my ambition, and I'll never leave." If there's ever been a time, 1 year left on your contract to go, Harry, you see what's going on right here. Last year of your contract, Shearer's record. Not saying it will happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm in cloud cuckoo land and I'm dreaming big. But if there was ever a time to say, Harry, you know that Premier League record and match your ambition, to spending £200 million in 1 day, to sorting out, mate, I don't think it would ever happen. I don't think it's going to happen. But if there'd ever been a time to make a call and tempt him, surely now would be the time to do it.
You know what it is, Brian, with Harry Kane? I think this summer is definitely a no-go. There's no chance Harry Kane, the stature that he's in, best striker in the world, potentially best player
100%.
in the world at this moment in time, that he's going to take a year out of his career not in the Champions League. I just think that's never going to happen. Never going to happen. But next year, if Spurs get back into the Champions League and we keep showing this ambition, I think next year could be a possibility.
Then you've got to look at it, mate. What, mate? Look, like I said, this is all delusion, and let's think out the box and get absolutely batshit bonkers crazy. I don't think this is going to happen. But you got about the Champions League. He wanted to go and win silverware. He's won it. What means more to him, the Champions League or going down in history as Spurs' record goal scorer, England's record goal scorer, England's record caps, England's record World Cup goal scorer, and he's still got a couple of years to try and bag in 48 Premier League goals and take that. I mean, like I said, this is
if we were to sign Harry Kane, that is it. We are genuine title contenders if we were to sign Harry Kane.
That's me. Like I said, again, I'm going to stress it because I know how it all broken telephones. It'll be like Bryce said, Spurs buying Kane with his. I am
Brian
in
says
cloud
Spurs are winning the league.
Mate, I am in cloud cuckoo land. I've taken a bang to the head. I've gone into sliding doors moment. But if there'd ever been a chance, ever, to say, look at this project, look what's here, the manager, whatever you want to say, with 1 year left on the contract.
I think next summer's the chance, man. I
Mate,
really do.
It could be, mate. Mate, listen, again, this is silly talk. I mean, at the start of the window, people kept saying, let's get Osimhen. And I was like, not a chance will he come to... His people wouldn't even come to the table because of the wages. Well, now, are the wages an issue?
The wages are not an issue. Kane's
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Family Kane, surely they want to come back to London.
Mate, mate, there's nothing more I'd love. Could you imagine, just out of the blue randomly, like the Gareth Bale comeback video, you just saw it, and it went quiet, it was Harry Kane. And if that wouldn't be the biggest see you next Tuesday Levy, that would be, I want it just for that. Forget that, that would be lovely. But, mate, look, let's get back to reality. I think we get the striker. I'm with you, Ben. Number one for me is Garassi. Number two would be Marmoush.
What about Krupi? You like Krupi?
I do love him. I do love it. Oh, the question was as well, before I went to batshit bonkers, do I think we're still with the players that we've brought in, blah, blah, blah. Again, I'm with Stel on Van Hecker. I think he's an absolute exceptional buy. I really think he is. Mm-hmm. We've also got to add that Kinski and Porro have signed contract extensions.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you could assume Van der Ven will sign one, which is another massive thing. Senesi, I think, is an absolute... Everyone going, oh my God, it's a free transfer. I'm like, what do you want them to do? Get him to sign a contract and spend 50 million? The guy is a top draw defender, and Van der Ven has got some competition, or if he needs to rest, if his hamstrings are tight, or we do want to rest him to spare injury, we got a very valiant backup there. I think Tonali is levels, and I agree with him. Fernandes, I think, is a wonderful buy. I thought it was way, way, way over the odds for a championship player, and I mean that because of the team he was in, not the quality of him. But he is absolute quality. I think he adds a lot to this team. And you look at it now, Gallagher, Maddison, Simmons, whether Gray I mean, if it was Gray or Bergvall to go, bye-bye Bergvall. Bye-bye Bergvall. I honestly do think Archie Gray is the one youngster that's been around the team that could fulfil his potential and actually go on to represent England and whatnot. I'm a fan of his, and I think he showed it in Tudor's games. Not that it was hard to be good during that time. Then you got Kudus back. Mate, it is wonderful times right now. I'm along for the ride. I'm loving life away from Tottenham. I'm loving life as Tottenham. Like Patrice ever said, I love this club again. So, mate, it's just smiles and happiness for me now. And just keep it going. Just keep it going. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it until the end of the window. And in January, if we're pushing for Europe or getting far and there's a couple of players, go hard in January. That way, if Spurs land a big hitter in January, that again, even if it was just one signing, but a big one, that will show change. Because obviously we don't do it. And then and where I do agree with Stel, where I completely agree with Stel, is should we get Europe next season, no matter what competition it is, are we going to strengthen from a place of strength rather than trying to build from a place of weakness? And if this is the way forward, I think we will.
I guess the idea is that in this summer is the summer for the main rebuild where you have to bring in so many players. And if you get the squad right this summer, then every summer, every transfer window, you only need to add a 1 or a 2 here and there.
Yeah, we shouldn't need 10 signings every window.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also, bro,
and also every signing off this shouldn't have to be Prem proven as well. You get a core of Prem proven players that can do the job, then you can start to afford to take some risks after that with some other transfers.
You just stole my goddamn thunder.
Sorry.
I literally was about to say, you sign players like this, let's just say Savinho and a striker comes in, you want to buy a youth project that's the future of tomorrow, knock yourself out. Because you bought 7 stars or 8, whatever it may be, and you bring in 1 youth. Not you bring in 4 youth to 1 star or 1 first teamer. If we have a window like this and you want to bring that guy from Hearts back, was it Hearts last season?
Yeah. James Wilson. And you want to hijack him from Arsenal.
Mate, if you want to, after a window like this, bring James Wilson back for no apparent reason, knock yourselves out. Knock yourselves out. Welcome aboard, James Wilson. If you buy 7, 8 players like you're doing right now, no drama, and that's the way the big clubs operate.
Absolutely. So it's safe to say that Brian Dagul is a very happy man right now.
Mate, like I said, that break that I took from YouTube was needed in social media. I got dragged back in. I did say to Enoch out, bloody hell, I'd be making an appearance back now if I hadn't been back now. But that break did me the world of good. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about how I come across and what gets to me and what triggers me. Obviously, I've had a lot of problems health-wise and not being able to find work. I've got a great job. My self-esteem is back. My self-worth is back. My love is back. And the final passionate, emotional thing I'll say is back before the dark days of sugar. And obviously I was younger, like Isaac and Noah. I didn't know the name of the boards. I didn't give it was like Irving Scholar and whatever. I just got excited by watching Spurs, by being a Spurs fan and signing a player and going, oh my God, we get oh my God, this, and being excited about what's going on with the pitch. Not giving a monkeys what's going on there. For 18 years, as much as I've loved my club, protested for the club, spoken out about the club, whether I've pissed people off or not, everything I have done is look up at them lot with pure vengeance and fury. God, I'm going all Pulp Fiction. But I literally always wanted the best for the club, always supporting them. But every single transfer window, I was like, they're going to fuck. My eyes were firmly up here. And recently, since that break, I was like, do you know what? Seeing Isaac and Noah at 14 years old being so passionate and so into it and just, they're messaging me, oh my God, Ben and Simeon have said this, oh my God, this is going on. And I just wanted that boy that I used to see that just wanted to love my football club and not have to go nuts about these dickheads at the top. And right here, right now, with the outlook I've got on life, my job, blah, 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 I am excited. I am optimistic. I am loving talking about Tottenham. I am loving streaming again. I am loving speaking with people and being active on social media. Long may it goddamn continue. But mark my words, they screw up, this will change, and I will be back there. But right here, right now, everything I've wanted from my football club in a window is happening. They're backing a manager. Never has there been a season to be more optimistic in recent history. And right here, right now, I am going to enjoy the summer. I'm going to enjoy the World Cup. I'm going to enjoy my life. And I am going to enjoy loving this football club as a football club, not a business.
Lovely,
Go on,
lovely
Brian.
words,
Go
Brian.
on,
Love
Brian.
it. Absolutely love it. Just a quick one before you go. Who's going
Yes,
further
bro.
in the World Cup, Canada or England?
Mate, do you know what? I'm going to say this. I mean, Canada, I didn't even... I said to you, I thought they'd get third in the group stage, but I thought group stage, whatever. The buzz around Toronto is incredible, downtown and everything. It's seeing fans from all different nations joke about, laugh, banter. Just it's been a festival of football, and everyone's loving it. And what Canada are doing is just incredible. I don't know why, but I think they're going to beat Morocco. It could be probably because of this optimistic, delusional me. Do you know what? I think the real me is going to walk in a minute and literally just go parabolic. Mexico, in Mexico, at altitude, someone was telling me they've lost 2 games out of the last 80 at that stadium.
Yeah.
But up until yesterday, we hadn't won a game since '66 when we were 1 goal down. So I think it'll be Brazil next round. Listen, I would love Canada to do well. Obviously, England to go further. But I've got a feeling England could go out this round because if Harry Kane's not there,
Why
I
wouldn't
think
he be
Canada
there?
could... No, I'm saying if he doesn't turn up,
Oh.
he is England.
Yeah.
He is England. Like
Yeah.
I said, I've started singing the national anthem, but I don't say King, I say Kane. And if he turns up, we have a chance.
All right, man. Brian, always a pleasure to have you on, my
Much
friend.
love
Thank
to you and
so
everyone in the
much.
chat. Enjoy the summer.
Come on,
enjoy
Brian.
the World Cup and enjoy this football club. How about you, Spurs?
Big up to you.